All right, guys, welcome to day 2 of our 3-day workshop. I'm very excited you are here to join us and to continue to take the time to learn strategies of how you can improve your health. And today we are focusing on prioritizing yourself, putting yourself first and realizing that your well-being is 100% worth the time in investing in. And I know for myself and many of you, you are busy. I get it. We have maybe careers, we have families, we have areas that pull us away from sometimes being able to take the time to concentrate on an area that could actually help us with all of those other things we are dealing with. And that is continuing to improve in this full spectrum of wellness and how we can continue to optimize our health. And again, guys, this 3-day workshop is designed to give you lots of information and strategies, but also to educate you. So today we are talking about, like I said, prioritizing yourself. And tomorrow at Friday, love for you guys to be on here live if possible. And we will be discussing busy people with easy to implement and targeted solutions. So we're going to work through giving you guys some solutions that will be very helpful for you in moving forward with your decision to change and to create new habits. So feel free to drop any questions you have in the chat as we are going, and I will answer those at the end. And action items. We are giving you guys homework to do at the end of each of our 3 days. And those will be going into some drawings here tomorrow. So make sure you guys are turning in, the assignments. And why are we giving you these assignments? Because we want you to be showing that if you are taking action, that is how we get results. That is our goal, is to help give you small strategies, because it's these small strategies and the small steps that help lead to big results. So if you guys are joining us, would love for you to tag us in your stories, tag us on social media, let us know what you are learning, share something that's been helpful for you, and complete that each day. And that will give you an extra entry into our drawings, which again will be all held here tomorrow. So yesterday, we took our first step in working through kind of getting down and understanding that, health is a lifestyle. This is not something we're going to improve on overnight. This is something that we do through making consistent changes and continuing to evaluate this often, because as we all realize and know that our life is always changing. We are always changing, which means we have to keep implementing new strategies to help us with moving forward. I'm only spending, guys, 20 minutes or so with you guys for 3 days, but there are so many areas we could go into more depth with. But we are just trying to get you concentrating on just a few things. So here were a few of the reports from day 1 in the action items you took. And again, love hearing how you guys are implementing and taking action. First one was Dawn said how she is going to drink more water and no coffee in the afternoon. Great goal, Dawn. As we mentioned yesterday, caffeine can definitely play a role in affecting your sleep. So we want to avoid caffeine later in the day. So that is a great goal for yourself. And we had Carla mention she is going to start exercising / strength training at least 3 days a week. Congratulations. That is a huge step in improving your health. And Tammy mentioned she is going to create the goal to not eat after 6:30 p.m. Now, I will say, Tammy, that's a great goal, but we also want to evaluate. For some of us, we are very different in how our bodies function. And this is getting to know your body and learning to listen to it. But sometimes, for example, if you start your day really early, like I do, 5 a.m., I will be able to probably stop eating by 6:37, but some of us maybe don't start our day till 7 or 8. So we do need to kind of pay attention if we're noticing blood sugar levels drop, or we wake up really hungry, or maybe even wake up during the night that you are noticing you have some cravings or you're struggling. We might have to adjust when is that last time to eat by. But by choosing a time, what does that do? That helps us to eliminate the excessive snacking that just randomly happens at night. So I do think that that is a great goal to move towards. For some of you guys that maybe are just joining us here on day 2, just a super quick introduction. I'm Amanda Villarreal. We live in Zealand. We have 5 kids, and my degree is in corporate fitness and wellness. And my mission has been for almost 30 years now to help people learn strategies that they can implement on a day-to-day basis to help improve their health and life. And this could be through all different areas. Could be through exercise, could be through diets, could be through supplements, could be through simple lifestyle changes. But we want to continue to find easy options. And a lot of this revolves getting back to basics and really helping to give you the right tools that you need to have access to helping you move forward. And a lot of this, I also believe, guys, is important that we have support and that we know we have the places we can go to get answers for the areas that we need solutions for. And this is where I think that, as we look at the time frame of maybe a few years ago, as we continue to move forward, that things are always changing. And here's a little example of, kind of what was a big aha moment and changing point for me back in 1997. That it was a time when I was going to school full-time at Grand Valley. I was working second shift at a local plant called Prince, and then I was teaching midnight fitness classes. So I was burning the candle at both ends. It was nonstop from morning until night. And what happened to me at that point, again, I was young, thought I was invincible, could do anything, but I started to notice that, I was gaining some weight. I could tell like my face was breaking out. I was kind of struggling with staying focused, and I felt just very stressed from that type of lifestyle. But as I was going through this cycle, I was also taking some courses and classes on nutrition and on wellness. And as I was learning, I really started to take note. And this is very important for all of us, guys, is to take note when you are starting to notice symptoms. That is the first sign that we could be on the path to leading towards disease. So those symptoms are something we need to try to tackle as soon as possible before they get out of control. And I started to notice these symptoms, and I knew I couldn't keep up with that cycle. It was not going to be a lifestyle that I could sustain. So fast forward to 2021. So if you're doing your math, there's a lot of years in between here that, I had to learn. And I think this is important to note, guys, that we're not just all born to say, I am excited to exercise or I love to eat healthy. I will tell you guys firsthand that being healthy is much harder than not being healthy, right? So we have to keep trying to figure out what steps we can practice. So for me, I lost about 15 pounds, continue to learn, continue to educate myself. And then the key word that you see in that last bubble there is I implemented what I was learning. And this is, guys, the biggest piece we've got to get to is we can educate ourselves all we want, but unless we take action, we're not going to move forward towards our goals. So I began to really practice everything that I was learning. And I am a big believer in whatever I'm preaching, I am practicing. So whatever you guys hear me share education-wise, if you follow me on social media, you'll see me do lots of educational things. And I share things that I am 100% personally doing and that I am implementing with others. Now, these are some things that I hear a lot that I'm thinking maybe resonates with. Hopefully you guys are here for one of these reasons that you're trying to move forward. But some of the common, questions and reasons that I hear that people can't stick with health is, one, why can't I get results? I've been consistently eating well and, making some lifestyle changes, and I've stuck with it for a couple months and I'm not seeing results. So here's the thing, guys. In order to get results, we have to change something. So if what you're doing isn't working, we need to strategize something else. And this process can take some adjusting. There is no one pill solves every health problem. There is no one solution. It's a matter of working through a process to then determine what we need to identify as an area that needs to be focused on. I also hear this one a lot. I just don't have time to work out. That's why I don't exercise. And here's the thing, guys, is you're going to get into learning a little bit more about what I do, but I have found, and research has proven, that if you formulate your workouts in the right way and you put them together in the right sequences to where you are creating some balance in your workouts, you can get maximum results in a shorter amount of time. So all of us have 20 minutes, guys. And that's where most of our workouts are geared towards 20 minutes that you're going to see online, because I do believe that that is a very doable amount of time. And when you have more time, you could do a 20-minute workout and a 5-minute workout. Maybe you are, having a lot of energy that day and you want to do two 20-minute workouts, you can. But here's the thing, guys, it's not all or nothing. We want to try to make sure that we're doing something. So if we can only fit a 5-minute workout in, great. But again, it all has to do with how those workouts are put together. That's very important. Another thing that I oftentimes hear is, I'm overweight because my parents were. It's genetics. It's just how I am. And I will say health is based somewhat on genetics, but it is not a guarantee of how your health is going to turn out. For example, I could look at my family history. I have a history of aneurysms, of high blood pressure, of strokes, and diabetes. And I know that I have to keep an eye on certain things and keep them in check, because I've had blood sugar issues in the past. I've noticed, cholesterol issues starting to creep up, but I make the changes to make sure that I can identify what needs to be worked on to help me not develop those symptoms further. And again, this is a lot about learning about our health, guys. But again, do not say that genetics are your predetermining factor for how you are, because I do believe that is not true. Here's a great example of one of my really good friends and clients, Darlene. And she has been a client for many years, does both online workouts, has done personal training with me, and has done group fitness classes with me. And this was a great turnaround. If you see her before and after, Darlene, starting out, really, honestly, is a great example of someone that did not like exercise, did not do it, but she knew she had to because she was starting to notice things declining and noticed results very quickly. 6 weeks, she had some great turnarounds. But I wanted to just share that this is something she actually just posted 2 days ago. She shared this on social media. And this is a great little quote for Darlene: down, but never out. So Darlene has continued to bounce back. All right. She's had ups and downs. She's had random things, random injuries, things that have set her back, but she always comes back. And she just recently had a surgery. And this is something that she posted, that the doc asked if I do core workouts because I'm buff on the inside and have a strong core. It made it tough getting the ports in for her surgery. And he said that might help her heal more quickly, but will cause more pain in these early days. So kind of funny, because she has, done such a good job of strengthening her core that, it made it a little more difficult for the surgeon, but it's going to help her recovery be much more efficient. And again, I know Darlene, because she's having surgery, this doesn't mean she's out. Okay. She might be down for a little while, but she will be back. And this is a great reminder for us all, guys, that we can come back at any time from whatever place we are starting at right now. We are not out. So today, we're learning how to prioritize our health, guys. This is not, again, rocket science. It's making the decision that you are going to take control and take charge. And you are going to become an advocate for your health. Now, let's talk about a key piece to achieving your goals. Are you ready for it? That key piece is prioritizing you. This is all about you. Okay. Now, maybe you've been thinking about what you wanted to do next for your health. You can think about it all you want, but again, we have to take action. We have to make ourselves a priority. Again, guys, I have 5 kids. We are busy. We have kids in 4 different schools. We have kids right now in 4 different sports. I have 2 jobs. My husband has a busy job, but it's priority. And I know for myself personally, with my vascular condition that I have, that I was born with, that if I don't continue to exercise and move, I won't be able to move later in life. And so I make it a priority. I have to continue to be active, and we have to find those things that we can basically retrain what we may think we know into helping finding solutions that are actually going to work. Now, I wanted to kind of cover a few things in retraining what you may think and what you think you know. And some of these are very common examples of trends and fads. And let me tell you guys my concerns in some of these common ones that we hear about. So maybe you've thought about trying intermittent fasting. Maybe you have. Now, why am I not a fan of intermittent fasting? Well, I will tell you several reasons. One, it messes with your metabolism. I've seen people that have done it. They go back and forth between different variations of it, but every time they seem to gain more weight than what they initially had started with as soon as they go off from it. Why? Because it, again, creates this influx in your metabolism. It also is very dangerous for people that tend to steer towards compulsive behaviors. What do I mean by that? For example, an eating disorder, if you struggle with eating disorders, you need to be really careful with even something like the Whole30 approach because it's creating restrictiveness. And this is dangerous. So we need to make sure we are looking at, again, changes that are sustainable, not another diet. Look at keto. Keto is, again, it was very popular, still is, but keto was originally designed for kids with epilepsy. This was not designed as a diet for healthy people. It can cause strain on your kidneys. It can cause a lot of digestive issues because of the lack of fiber. And almost every one of these diets you see, including Weight Watchers, is it can create deficiencies whenever you're eliminating food groups, whenever you are switching times of day you're eating. If you're meeting all of your calories, for example, in a certain time from some of the intermittent fasting, for example, could be from noon to 6, you can eat whatever you want. But again, that creates then low blood sugar issues. And we have to watch for people, especially like diabetics, that, if you're not getting enough carbohydrates, you're going to crash. And that's very dangerous to create those influxes in our diets. And even, Weight Watchers too. I've had a lot of clients I've worked with that have had a lot of severe vitamin deficiencies because of eating a lot of pre-packaged foods, which if Weight Watchers can be done in different ways, but there are some people that like to get their meals all prepared. They're very high in sodium, and they're also not well-rounded when it comes to looking at the full spectrum of vitamins and minerals. So what does that create? Results that don't last, guys. Now let's look at some common workouts that people like to do. HIIT training. Okay, what is HIIT? High intensity interval training. There's HIIT, there's Tabatas, there's intervals, there's different name for intervals, there's fartlek intervals, there's all these different names, but they're basically the same concept of you have a work time and you have a recovery time. So these kind of workouts, yes, they're great, but are they the only kinds of workouts you should be doing? No, we want to be incorporating, guys, all areas of our body when it comes to our workouts. This means we are incorporating strength training, we are incorporating mobility, we are incorporating stamina endurance, we are incorporating cardio, and we're also isolating some specific areas such as our core. Now here's another one, walking. People say, I walk for exercise. I walk every day. That's what I do. But let's think about what walking is. It's very repetitive. And also think about after you walk for maybe 3 to 4 weeks, most of the time, you're going to plateau. So is walking exercise anymore at that point? No, because you're not getting your heart rate up. So we need to be reevaluating how we're moving and how we're incorporating activity and exercise into our everyday life. And again, guys, this is retraining what you may think and you may know, and this might take a little while to process and to figure out. But I think the more that you put these pieces together, you're going to see, guys, that when you start to prioritize your choices in your health, you're going to see results. So retraining your thought process, why does this work? Let's look at some of these things, guys. When you break negative thought patterns, the consistent telling yourself, I can't do things, and retraining your thought process, it can help break and help recognize the problems that are holding you back. So great idea is throughout your day, catch yourself when you are self-talking, telling yourself something you're not happy with. You look in the mirror and you're like, man, I just look terrible today. Or you're on your way to bring your kids in the car and you feel like you're just consistently telling yourself how tired you are. Evaluate those things, because the more that you can change those patterns, the more you're going to improve your attitude and the more your mindset's going to improve. And that is going to retrain your thought process and how you behave. Reason number 2, it promotes positive thinking, promoting on positive thoughts and reframing negative ones. So this gives us an entirely different outlook on life and makes everything easier to do, even the things you don't like to do. Reason number 3, it can improve mental health. Mental health is a huge issue today, guys, and it is a disease, and we need to keep our minds healthy. But part of that process is retraining how we think. So find tools. We need to make sure that we are recognizing, guys, if we do have some symptoms, that we know strategies to help us. And really trying to identify where the problems are coming from. Reason number 4, it can lead to better decision making. 100% by approaching situations with a more balanced and positive mindset, you're going to notice that you create choices that affect you in your decisions in the long run. And that's what our goal is. Reason number 5, it can help improve relationships. This is, again, guys, think of all the pieces of wellness and retraining negative thoughts about others and how, maybe you think about other people, maybe situations that have come up in the past, of how those reflect into your current behaviors. If we can start to improve some of those relationships and how we interact with others, it's going to retrain your thought process in how you view yourself, how you view your community, how you view your friends, how you view your family. So these are all things, guys, that work, that we have to continue to try to implement. Now, how does your thought process increase results? I love this statement. You have to challenge yourself to change yourself, guys. We keep getting in these places of where there's roadblocks and we're stuck, and we have to keep moving forward. Here are some things that I love to do: is change your statements. Instead of "I have to exercise," I get to exercise because I know I will feel good when I'm done. Again, changing the whole spectrum of your words. Instead of "I have to eat protein," I love to eat protein and I feel better when I do. Instead of "I'm so tired," how about "I'll go drink more water because I've learned dehydration can make me feel tired." How about "I'm too busy to get up and work out"? No, that alarm goes off. You say, "I'm going to get up because I will be more productive, and I'm going to get more done today if I can just get up and move for 20 minutes. Again, it works, guys. And I know that there are a lot of things that come up here for, making us kind of wonder some natural thoughts of, what am I supposed to do? Where do I start? I have all these habits. I don't know where to begin to change. I feel like healthy is just so hard. I don't know what to eat. I don't know what workouts to be doing. These are the reasons, guys, that we are creating this 12-week program. This is brand new. Something actually I have never done before is this in-depth of a program for this long in duration. But I feel like we have to get away from some of these like 1 week, 2 week, 30 days. It doesn't give us enough time to really implement all the pieces that we need to create these long-term changes. So my goal with this, guys, is to help to create a program that creates a stronger, healthier, happier you, and a 12-week fitness and nutrition program for women. Of course, men can do this too, but I do tend to find most of my clients are women, and I feel like a lot of the strategies that we implement are geared towards a lot of things that women struggle with more, such as hormone health and metabolism. And some of these things that, you have probably said to yourself before, guys, we need to change. We need to prioritize ourselves, guys. Stop all of these things that keep coming through your mind. And let's think about what this could mean for how we feel later. Now, imagine, guys, down the road, and right now we are in May. So if we could say by fall, you are going to be in the best health that you could be in of your life. Think about getting to that place, because that's going to motivate you on the days that you don't want to. But I also believe that motivation and encouragement is a big piece of meeting your goals. And that is why I'm going to be offering a ton of support with this, guys, to be able to answer your questions anytime as you go. We will have a support group. We will have once a week Q&A that is live, that you can ask your questions. I will do an educational topic each week. And the goal is to make this something that is sustainable, that you won't feel like you need to continue to try another program ever. So can you see yourself joining us, guys? What if we can give you simple solutions for busy people that help you take charge of your health, and you would feel the best you ever have? That is the goal. I want you to prioritize yourself, guys. I've been doing this for over 30 years. And by having the experience with the education, I know that I can provide proven solutions. And that's why I took action and decided to come up with this entirely new program, new platform that will actually be designed to make this a challenge that is very doable. It can be customized as needed, depending on your needs. And we will have a continuous focus on education throughout this, but it will fit into your busy lifestyle. So I'm going to share a little bit more tomorrow, but I want our day 2 action item, guys. I would love to hear from you. What is one way you're going to prioritize yourself today? I want you to email that to me. What is one way? Okay. Again, this is for today. All right. I don't want you to tell me next week you're going to start getting 7 hours of sleep. Okay. I want you to say today, one thing. And again, as you continue to submit these, you will get an entry into our drawing. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys tomorrow. Easy to implement health solutions for busy people. And by the end of tomorrow, we hope that you are going to have some of the strategies you learn to help you take more control of your health and also to determine if the next step is moving forward with our Well in 12 program. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up to Q&A here for just a moment. And if we don't have any questions, or maybe you didn't want to ask on the Zoom, feel free to message me anytime those questions you think of, and I'll be happy to answer them. All right, guys, I don't think we have any questions at this point. So, all right, guys, get that homework done. Let's stay healthy, make an amazing day. And I look forward to seeing you guys back tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thanks again.